What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. I am your host, also casino host. My name is Chris Drummond. I'm a freelance sports reporter based out of Minneapolis or based out of Minnesota here. And this is my podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where we bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a special guest that's coming on with me today. She is also a freelance sports reporter. She is somebody that is based out of Philly and has her own podcast that we're going to be talking about, Hoops with Carmen. So without any further ado, I introduce to you the lovely, beautiful, and talented Carmen. Hello there. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Apologize for that real quick. I'm glad that we're able to get on here though and talk a little bit. I just want to ask you first before I start peppering you with all my questions. How is your week going so far?
It's all right. Pretty busy as always, but it's going good.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I welcome you to my podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder. And I just want to kind of reiterate why I want to bring you on here before I start again, peppering you with a bunch of questions. I know you're a freelance sports reporter, so am I. I'm a freelance sports reporter based out of Minnesota here. I love talking to others and getting to know their why they started talking about sports. I know you also do a podcast like myself. We'll definitely get into that as well. I love how you conduct interviews because number one, you're passionate about what you're doing. It seems like you love ball. It seems like you love doing what you do. And I just love talking to people that's likewise, like myself. So without any further ado, my first question is always the same with everybody that comes on here. And that is, what is your why? What is your why of doing what you do? What is your why of getting into sports reporting? Did you have any inspirations growing up? Or did you have any role models that you kind of wanted to emulate? So what was your why?
I just always had a passion for sports. I went to school for journalism, and from going to school for journalism, I've always wanted to do TV, be in front of the camera, and then I've realized, in recent years that I just wanted to add, combine my love of sports and my TV aspirations. So it just worked well together. And that's pretty much just how it started. Just always had a passion for sports. I'm very knowledgeable about sports. I like watching them. I like playing, here and there. And so I just always really had a passion for sports. And I just figured I really just want to talk about this and get to know players and just kind of dig deep and then the X's and O's and that kind of stuff. So it's just has been kind of like a journey in terms of like the why I'm doing this. It's just been like me me just adding things together that already are in my life separately, but bringing them as like a one kind of thing.
Right. I feel that. And did you grow up playing sports? What was your favorite sport that you played?
Growing up, I played a lot of sports. I was very into sports as a kid. I played basketball, t-ball. I was a little girl. I was like the only girl on my t-ball team. I did swimming. I did karate, gymnastics. A lot of kids do gymnastics, stuff like that. So I've always just played sports and done sports. So yeah, I played a lot of sports growing up.
Yes, you and me both. No question about that. Although gymnastics never ever really made it towards myself. But you know what? I definitely had basketball, golf. I even tried golf. I was terrible in that. There's no question about that. But I tried it. But yeah, a lot of sports play. You talked about college. What college did you ended up going to, and from your choice of college, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to your choice?
I applied to a lot of schools. I got into Penn State main campus and I went to Maine. I wanted to go far enough away from home where I could get home, but I was far. So I went to Maine because main campus is like 3 hours from Philly. So
right.
I did that. And I'm honestly probably like maybe a school in California or Florida, but I didn't get into one school in Canada that I wanted to go to, but actually being a blessing because I'm kind of glad that I stayed closer to home for college because I've kind of just like, expanded and traveled out and lived other places. So yeah, going to Penn State was the best decision I could have made. I don't regret it. I'm happy I went there. I've met some of my lifelong friends that I still have today from Penn State, and they have a great journalism program, communications program. So I feel like it really just enriched my just experience as a woman, journalist, and just college experience. It was great. It was very, very, very fun, to keep it minimal. It was really fun. It was a good time.
I'm glad you said keep it minimal. I feel you on that. Penn State is definitely a school that you can have some fun at. That's for sure.
Right. For
I
sure.
have family in the Philadelphia area. My uncle is from there. But I've never been to Philadelphia, and they always tell me, and I always wanted to ask people that's from Philly this question. Where's the best place to get a cheesesteak at?
It just depends on what you like, but I would definitely say not Pasadeno's. If you heard of Pasadeno's, I wouldn't go there. I would probably go to either for me personally, I don't really like beef cheesesteaks that much. I eat chicken cheesesteaks. So I always go where they have the best chicken cheesesteaks. So like for the best chicken cheesesteak that I like, I go to D'Alessandro's. Some people complain about their rolls, but D'Alessandro's to me is really good.
Okay.
There's an up and coming one. What is it? Angelo's. That's kind of newer, but it's really good. I had that recently. That's something I would recommend. And then Jim's. Jim's is always like a solid one. I would say either Jim's, Angelo's, Alessandro's, or you go to the Poppy store. Like they'll have depending on which one you go to, they'll have a decent cheesesteak. But I would say just stay away from Passangeno's, and you probably can find something decent.
Now, see, Carmen, anytime that somebody starts talking about Philadelphia, they always name those two spots first, Pat's and Geno's. Now,
Right.
they say those are the touristy spots, but I like chicken cheesesteaks as well. I'm not a huge beef person when it comes to Philly. I like chicken cheesesteaks, but I'm always getting, like different kind of answers. Like, is Pat's and Geno's a touristy spot for people that just,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. It's definitely a
Yeah.
tourist spot. I mean, it's in South Philly. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a full-on tourist spot for sure. I mean, they're open
Okay.
late. I mean, I was picking up my friend in South Philly the other day, and we drove past like the intersection where Pat's and Geno's is, and I was
Right.
starving, so we stopped, and I got some fries from Pat's, and the fries were good. The fries were good, but it was definitely like $7 for a small. I was like, this is ridiculous. But
You ain't lying about that. Okay.
yeah, but like Pasagenos is definitely a tourist spot because even like with sports, if you look at any like kind of like videos that play, like when they have Philadelphia games, they run through the different sites of Philly, like as like the opening videos, and you always see like cheesesteaks and like
Yep.
Geno's, like the Geno sign. Like it's just kind of, I guess, whoever got the marketing or like the partnerships with Geno, like that Geno's and Pat's connected with whoever, like they got the connect. Because now worldwide, like everyone knows Pat's and Geno's is like the place to go for a cheesesteak in Philly. But if you're from Philly, you're never gonna like pull up to Pat's and Geno's to get a cheesesteak if you want one.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, and honestly, it might be kind of better that way. Like keep the tourists at Pat's and Geno's, and the rest of us can just be at the regular spots. So that's
I
fine.
feel, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Okay. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna ask you some favorite questions. Okay. So you just
Mhm.
give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Are you with me?
Sure. Yep.
All right. Let's rock with it. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Tacos.
Is it chicken tacos too? Is that the beef?
No. Beef Americanized. Like my family, my aunt, she married a Mexican guy, and they eat tacos, like real Mexican style tacos they eat. And they always make fun of me because my tacos are like super American. Like I have like the hard shell, the ground beef, but I just love it. So it's easy as crap to make, but I really just like making tacos. I mean, my second favorite dish probably would be like a white rice, like Spanish rice, white rice,
Yeah.
beans,
Yeah.
tostones, and like some like bistec encebollado, like probably that. Like that's like a Puerto Rican dish that I really like that I make. So probably those two.
Okay. I'm with you on that. I mean, that
Mhm.
sounds damn good. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm with you on the tacos though. Very fast and simple. I mean, I
Right.
normally get up at midnight. And obviously, as sports people, when you work nights and weekends, you ain't trying to stay up all night to try to eat something. You got to get something
Right.
quick. And
Right.
so tacos is quick to make, and then you be good.
Mhm.
So I feel you on that. Okay.
Yep.
Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Oh, the J-Lo concert in 2019 with my mom and my sister. We took my mom for her birthday, and it was her 50th birthday tour. And it was like the best concert I've ever been to. But I'm a big, big, big Jennifer Lopez fan, like humongous, like since I was a kid. Like there's a lot of hate on her. People always talking shit on her. But like you can never talk shit on her to me because I would defend her to the grave. So I love J-Lo. I always have. And that was the best concert I've ever been to was the J-Lo concert in 2019 at the Wells Fargo. It was just great, like the dancing, the outfits, the costumes, just her whole show, the way she put it together is very entertaining. Like there was never a dull moment, and she did really great with her performance. So yeah, like we had a great, great time at that concert. So that's probably my favorite concert.
Yo, people sleep on her on her music for whatever it is, but her music, she do got some bangers out there that's pretty good. It's pretty good on her
I mean,
music.
she had a lot of bangers in the 2000s, like early 2000s, obviously, like stuff people know. But in her recent times, she's had bangers too. Like people just don't give her a chance because they just credit her as a singer and they feel like she's just. And then you hear bad things about her, like her demeanor is and stuff like that, whatever it is. But for me, I don't know her personally, so I'm not going to judge her. And also,
Right.
too, she's always been an inspiration to me as a Puerto Rican woman. Um, she just came from where she came from and made a way for herself. And she's not the best singer. She's not the best actress, but she is a hard worker. She's about perfection when it comes to her craft. And she's made a way for herself from really nothing. Like being a woman of color in this world, like she's made an empire off of not being the best at these things that she's just been excelling at. Like, how can you hate on that? But people do. So anyway, I'm not here to like platform on J-Lo. I'm just saying that was my best concert, and I'm always gonna support her because she's always been like an inspiration. So even with her body, like her having a curvy body, like I look to that, like. So
Mhm.
for me, she just
Mhm.
always has been someone I'm like, all right, like she's popping. So I've always kind of like looked to her.
I like that. No, hey, speak your truth now. That's okay. Speak it. I don't mind that. I mean, she obviously has, before I move on to the next paper, she obviously has one of my favorite songs ever written, and that's the I'm Real. I mean, everybody
Okay.
that knows J-Lo
The
knows
remix. The remix.
both of
Okay.
them. No
Okay.
question
Cool.
about it. No question. All
Cool.
right, here
Love
we
it.
go. Next question. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Um, Probably Paris.
Oh,
Paris. That
okay.
was fun. Paris was fun. It was just like either Paris or maybe Los Angeles, only because like Paris because it's Paris, and I just felt like it was just the city just made me feel like I was in New York, but like more historic, you know. So I love New York. I have roots in New York, so Paris for sure. Then Los Angeles because I just always have wanted to go to Cali. And when I finally did go, I just soaked it all up and I just loved it. I want to move to Cali, and hopefully pursue my career there at some point soon. But yeah, probably LA. Only because it was just a dream of mine to just go and to just be in that world. And then Paris because that was like a bucket. And London too. I really like London too. So probably those ones.
I would definitely say for me, Cabo San Lucas, going to Mexico, for sure. That was a nice
Yeah.
trip. Anything with beach, water, good scenery, good food, I'm with it. I mean, I grew up in California, so Los Angeles was
Okay.
just a couple hours away. I grew up in San Diego because my dad was in the Navy at the time, so
Oh, okay.
I grew up there. And then I would love to go to Paris one of these days, but what I really want is to do the Olympics. When the Olympics come to Los Angeles in 2028, I'm hoping I'm there. There's no
You're in
question
there?
about it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that'll be
saying?
amazing. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. I got two more of the favorites. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to see in person? Could be the same sport.
Basketball, both. Yeah,
Okay,
basketball.
okay.
I like watching basketball. I like playing basketball. I like football too. Football will be my second. But
Yep.
yeah, those are the
Me,
ones I've been to live and I like those the best.
me too. Now, okay. Now, listen. Can you like play a game? Are you a good one-on-one player, or can you play like a game of horse? Like, what would you say is your skills now in basketball?
I mean, I used to have a decent shot. So maybe like horse. my handle is not what I got. It's like I practiced and my handle got a lot better, but my handle was like kind of trash now. So probably like just horse vibes. Like I could probably make some shots.
Yeah, I can't cap on you on that. I mean, I played in high school, but high school was quite some time ago. So,
Right.
at least for me, it was. So, yeah, I'm not as good with the handle anymore, but definitely a game of horse or pig. I certainly can still get down. That's for sure.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Would you try to challenge me or something?
Well, I'm just throwing it out there, Carmen. But I'm just saying, one of these days, I'm sure we're gonna cross paths sooner than later.
Sure.
Um,
Mhm.
last of the favorites. Okay, favorite restaurant that you like to eat at.
Um, Probably this place that my family has been going to since I was a kid called Clam Tavern.
Okay.
It's not in Philly. It's like called Clifton Heights. It's like a little bit outside Philly. And my
Hmm.
family has been going there since I was a kid. My parents, my grandma, my aunt, me and my sisters, and my brothers now. So probably there. It's a seafood, like Italian, like family owned place. It's really good. So probably there.
Those are the best restaurants. People keep talking about these chain restaurants, but the best restaurants is them family-owned mom and pop restaurants that you be going to.
I
That
mean,
you
you
be
will hope so. You will hope so. I mean,
eating.
it's more home cooked, more personalized, fresher ingredients, hopefully. So yeah, I mean, it's been it stayed pretty like on the same tier all these years. So I definitely give it to him.
I feel you on that. Now, bonus question. Now, what part of Philly are we talking about? Are you in? Are you like near the Benjamin Franklin, Broad Street, like Temple? Are you outside of Philadelphia, like Villanova? Like, what part of Philly are you claiming?
So like if for me, if I say I'm from Philly, like my address is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like I'm not like so many people say I think you've seen it today on Instagram. Yeah, I'm from Philly. He said I grew up in Philadelphia, and then you
Right,
said I lived in Bryn Mawr. I'm like, that's not Philadelphia. Like, that's not Philly. Like, if I'm saying that I'm from Philadelphia, me like
right.
I was born and raised. My address has always been like I've lived other places, but where my house is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like, I don't live
Okay.
outside Philly. I don't live in Jenkintown. Like, I live in the city. So
So
when
you
I'm saying
understand why I'm asking that question, right? Because,
well,
like I said, I
it's
got an aunt.
crazy that you, but I guess it's like that everywhere. Like someone will say, "I'm from LA," then you might say where. They're like, "Oh, I'm from like Menifee or something." Like that's not LA. You mean like that's outside LA. So
Right.
I feel you to kind of get that distinction. But for me,
Mhm.
like that's the thing with me because I've met so many people now that I've left Philly. When I've lived other places, I say, "Oh, I grew up in Philly." I'm like, "Oh, where?" Like, "Oh, like on the main line." I'm like, "Oh, so like it's not in the city."
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-1, you talking about you from the 215. That's what you talking
Right.
about.
Right.
Okay.
Right now, my mom, she lives in Alany. My dad's house, where like I grew up, is in the Northeast. So yeah, we're
Got
in the city. We're in the city.
Say less, say less. Okay. Let me hear about your everyday, day to day. As freelancers, at one point in time, Carmen, I worked at a publication. So I was covering 12 high schools, covering the college every single
Oh,
day.
cool.
And when you do sports reporting, it's different, right? You never know what you're gonna do every day in, day out. It's a different
Right.
game, different story, all this,
Right.
that. Now I left that to kind of do my freelance thing and have more control over the different kind of content I want to do. So talk to me about your day to day being also a freelancer. What do you do? The pros and cons of being a freelancer. Talk to me about that.
I mean, day to day, I mean, I would love for sports to be my full-time job, but it's not right now. So I had to work like a regular job to like,
Sure,
pay what I gotta pay for and to
sure.
fund what I'm doing. So I serve and I bartend. So that takes up like a lot of my time. Like I kind of work like 4 to 5 days a week. I really like until recently, I've only had one day off. My day off is on Tuesdays. So I've been working
Mm.
like every day besides Tuesdays. And my schedule's gonna change a little bit, but my day to day really is like working my regular job. And then when I'm off there or like before I go to work, because I work at night, like serving and bartending is like nighttime stuff. So
Oh yeah.
if I'm doing so basically when it comes to sports, I plan out stuff. If I have an event that day, I kind of figure out what I'm gonna wear. I do a little research depending on where I'm going. If I know the area, if I know what I'm covering, and I go to the event, go to the game, do my interviews, do my stuff, get all my content. And then, I have days where I put everything together, I edit it, put it together, or I send it to my editor who I collab with. He does it. But usually lately I've been doing it. So I put stuff together, and then I
Mhm.
kind of figure out when I'm going to post things, post it. If I got to travel for stuff, I travel. It's just, it all day to day is different. No day is the same, really. I don't really have like a
Right.
set routine and things, because my bookings happen sporadically sometimes. So I'm not like booked out at this point. So it's like I kind of get bookings kind of spur at the moment. And then, all right, if I'm free, I go do the booking, and it's kind of like boom. So it's not like my day to day is the same, but I'm trying to get myself a more schedule, but like kind of like wake up, figure out what I'm doing for the week, and
Mhm.
then like kind of plan content. Like sometimes I need to shoot like my personal hoops of Carm content, like on the ring light stuff. I need to shoot for that. So I need to get that done, get some stuff for backlog. It's a whole bunch of just like planning, but with the freelance stuff, sometimes you get things and it's not planned. Like, okay, like some people reach out to me, they want me to cover an event they're having like, this Saturday. If I'm free, I'll do it. So it's just kind of like I'm kind of just rolling as life comes right now. The only consistent thing
Sure.
that I do is just work to make money at my jobs that pay me. And then this freelance pays me too, but I'm just saying like my consistent jobs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I'm a casino host as well, so I do that on the full time. And I freelance on particularly on my days off. Majority of what I've been doing lately is doing a lot of these interviews, podcasts. Each person they would give me people to interview, and I would get paid based upon the people that I interview. Or there'll be a certain game that goes on maybe Tuesday or Thursdays. I get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off for my full time.
Nice.
And Tuesday, Thursdays, they'll give me a game. I'll go to the game. I'll cover it. Or if I get a story, just like what you was talking about. If you get like a booking or get a show and get an appearance, you'll go do that, and they'll pay you per appearance. Um,
Right, exactly.
what if somebody came up to you, Carmen? And I'm sure they probably have. But what if somebody comes up to you and says, "Yo, I want to do exactly what you doing. Like I love to do sports. I love to interview. I love to be at sporting events." What kind of advice would you give that individual?
In terms of how to
In
do
terms of
it, or
yeah, in terms of how to do it, what to expect,
okay.
different things of that nature, like what to prepare for getting into an industry like this.
Right. I would say my biggest thing is you got to understand, like you were saying, like what's your why? Why do you want to do this? What's your niche? Like what makes you special? Like what makes you different? Like kind of hone in on that. Like what
Mhm.
you feel like is your strongest asset. Kind of hone in on what that is. Know what that is. Know your value, and don't take any less than what your value is. And then just kind of like game plan where you want to see yourself in certain time frames, and then just be open to anything. Don't be afraid of hard work. Don't be afraid to like accept really anything that comes your way. It could be a challenge. It could be something easy. It could be something you feel like isn't that big of a deal, but it's a big deal to the people who are asking you.
Right,
So, just don't be humble, and make sure you take every opportunity that you feel like you can do. And you just got to just put in the grind and just be personable, and don't be afraid to be uncomfortable, because you're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be in situations where you don't know anyone, and you have to kind of just roll, and you got to just be ready to roll and talk to people and just make it happen. I would say the biggest thing I would say is expect that not everyone's going to want you or think you can do it or whatever it is, but just keep doing it. Believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. Always be as creative as possible, and plan ahead, and try to get as much, kind of get the best people around you to assist you if you
right,
can. I say those are the biggest things. Like me having someone there for me, like to do camera stuff, is helpful. Sometimes I don't have that. I gotta just roll and get people to hold my phone for me. Like it's a grind. It's definitely a grind. You definitely gotta just be prepared to do the hard work, and you just can't give up, even if it's tiring. Like just keep it up, and I'm on my journey myself, so I'm still just figuring it out and just trying to make it. So just keep grinding. That's it. Just keep grinding, know why you're doing it, and just kind of make sure you plan ahead, and don't be and then and on that same token, don't be afraid to say no to certain things. If you can't, you can't. And then
Mm.
that's it.
That's huge. That last one is very huge. Don't be afraid to say no. There's a lot of people that are, Carmen, because they're trying to make a name for themselves, right? You're trying to show that you're reliable. You want to say yes to everything, like we just talked about. You want to try to get as many opportunities as you possibly can, but you also got to understand your body. You got to understand your time. You got to understand your schedule. You got to understand what works for you, which is a great segue to this next question, which is about mental health and work-life balance, right? You talked about having a full-time job on the side and also doing this freelance. I have a full-time job and I do the freelance, right? But everything that's the A side to this business of being able to cover these games, cover these athletes, talk to these athletes, write stuff, broadcast, any events that you do, any articles that you write or anything like that. That's the beautiful, right? It's a form of storytelling that we're doing. That's what we're doing, and that's what we love to do. We love to be around sports. But every A side got a B side, Carmen. And the B side is sometimes it's long days, sometimes it's double days. Sometimes sometimes you wake up and you just ain't feeling it. Sometimes your mental health is kind of getting to you a little bit because, sometimes you can get overworked, feel overworked or underpaid, or you feel like somebody's at a position where you feel like you can be at, but you're not at that position just yet. How do you manage your mental health, keeping it strong, but also manage your work-life balance? Because obviously, I don't think there's an individual, including me, that wouldn't mind being around you, wouldn't mind hanging out with you when you have the free time, but you're in grind mode. So tell me, how do you keep your mental health strong and your work-life balance?
I think I can definitely work on my work-life balance. As of recently, I haven't really had much of a work-life balance. It's just like work, 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 and then sports. But sports is fun to me, but it's still work. So
Right.
having one day off doesn't really leave room for work-life balance. I literally got like taking one day to either do laundry, to sleep, to get my errands done. I can't get it all in one day. So I got to squeeze it into other times when I have some other time before work. Usually I'm asleep. So I got to work more on work-life balance, I'd say. But how do I keep my balance strong? Because right now, honestly, like you said, I am just grinding. I'm trying to make money. Like I'm getting the money while it's there. And I gotta do what I gotta do. So I don't have kids right now. I'm not married. So, I'm just on my grind. Like, and I'm fine with that. Like I'm young. Like I'm just gonna do my thing. But for me, I definitely get my sleep. Like I don't play about my sleep. Like when it's time for me to go to sleep, like I'm not. And whatever's going on, when I wake up, I'll get back to you. Like, so that's kind of my thing with like that. But the mental health, how do I keep going? I just have a strong just desire to make my dreams happen. I just always have had this dream, and I have a lot of people that came before me that, have pushed me to this point, and I feel very, very strongly that I want to, just make it not just for me. Like I'm not just doing this for me, like I'm doing it like for the people that like laid the foundation for me knowingly or not, and the people who lifted me up to be here. So my mental, I say strong because I know like there's no other option. Like I got to do what I got to do to make this happen. Like nothing's handed to me. So I got people like I want to make proud, and people I gotta like stand up for, and like it's a legacy. Like this ain't just Carm just rocking for Carm, like I do it for me, but it's a bigger picture here. So that's how I say mentally strong, because people in my family, people in my life have been through worse, go through worse. So me tackling sports is just my dream. Like that's cake compared to like what people have had to do to like help me to be to this platform. So that's how I stay mentally strong, because that's just in me. Like it's in my blood. Like I'm just, I'm just mentally like, I do what I got to do, and that's it.
No, I love that. I do, because a lot of what you said makes a hell of a lot of sense. Um, it and it makes sense because of where we at in our careers. I don't have kids either. I'm not married, so it's very hard. It's not very hard. Sorry, it's very easy for me to grind, for me to be able to go after my dreams, especially when you got a great support system like family and friends. Like you said, we feel like there is no other option, because this is what we're placed on this earth to do. This is what we built to do. We're built to do this, and we want to do this with our whole love, our whole heart, everything. That's what we want to do. So it's a question worth asking, though, because even though when you do grind and when you do on the go, 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 sometimes some people mentally break down. Now, for me personally, no, I don't really break down on stuff like that, because, like I said, it's sports, it's work, but it's fun. Like I don't feel like I'm going to work when I have to do an event or cover a game. This is something that I love to do. So if you do it with all that you love to do, then you don't really look at it as work. Other people look at you like, man, you must be doing a lot. Well, I can say that about a lot of other people too. And like you said, I think one of the key things you said before I get to the next question was was that there's stuff that people can be doing, like jobs out there, that's worse than this. I mean, I've worked overnight where I've had to lift boxes. I've done some pretty crappy jobs. This is not a crappy job at all, covering sports.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I love that. I love what you said, and I really rocks with you on that. I want to ask this bonus question though, because you said you was the bartender. What's your favorite drink to make?
Probably mojito.
Okay, okay.
Simple.
Let me be transparent with you right now, since we're gonna keep it a buck. I ain't never had a mojito in my life. Matter of fact, I never had a margarita in my life. Never had a
Oh,
margarita.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotta step it up, bud. You talking
Well,
about you've been to
listen,
Mexico. You talking about you've been to Mexico. You ain't never had a margarita?
I have not. No, I'm a Hennessy dude. So I like my Hennessy. I like my
There's
my.
Hennessy margaritas. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, listen, that's good. Listen, I got time now. Ain't no expiration date on that. I got time. So,
Listen, I mean, a lot of people just do mixed drinks. I get it. But yeah,
mhm,
mojito's probably like easy. No, it's not really that. It's not hard, but it's when you have time to make it. I just like it because you muddled it and you got the mint,
okay,
and it's just like it's like a cool looking drink. Like I just like it. That's it. Mojitos.
I got you. I'm more I'm 1800 Dulce VSOP Hennessy. Definitely Don
Uh,
Julio.
you just sound
Yeah.
like a man. Do
Yeah,
say like okay, what else? 1800. Oh, what else? Honey. Oh, soccer.
that's me.
Good
That's me
stuff.
right there.
Listen, I mean, look, you like what you like. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, listen. If any time that I'm down in Philly and I'm visiting family and you want to make me a margarita, how about it? We
I
can get
said
it.
mojito.
Oh, mojito, that too. I'm willing to drink that. I'm open. I ain't had neither one, so let me
I
try
got
both.
you. I got you. I'll make you a mark. No worries.
Say less. Here we go. So this next question that I got for you is: if Carm wasn't involved in sports journalism in any kind of way, what career would she have pursued and why?
Um,
You wasn't in sports or journalism. What career would you have pursued and why?
Probably a lawyer. Probably a lawyer.
I can see that.
Because yeah, I was interested in law for a little bit, and I still might be. I might still go to law school. Who knows? But probably a lawyer. I feel like I'm very direct. I know how to speak in front of people. I'm a
Hmm.
good speaker. I'm a good writer. I'm really good at like studying and, understanding, comprehending certain things and language. And I want to fight for people's rights, or I don't know what kind of lawyer I would be. Would I
That
be
was
a
my
criminal
next question.
attorney? Maybe criminal, maybe corporate. I don't know. I would definitely want to
Okay.
make money for sure. But I mean, I definitely could see myself maybe as a lawyer or just a mom, honestly. Like I'd probably be a mom by now. Like if I wasn't doing this, I probably would be a mom. Probably. But I'm still
I,
gonna be a mom. But I'm saying like I probably would have been one if I didn't have a dream. I probably would have been a mom by now. But I will be a mom and have my dream one day, but just not right now.
I feel you on that because I certainly wouldn't mind being a dad at some point in my life, for sure. I'm totally with you on that. And I
Yeah.
think you'll be great at both, lawyer or mom. Obviously, you're great at what you're doing now as well. So I feel
Appreciate
you on
it.
it. No doubt, no doubt. This next thing I want to do is called this or that. So what that means is I'm gonna throw two things at you, or I'm gonna throw either this or that at you, and you get to decide which one you want. Okay, so here we go. Now this first one is very important. All right. KFC or Popeyes?
Neither.
Oh my gosh. You both choose this or that, Carm. This or
All
that.
right. Popeyes.
Why you say neither on that though?
I don't like fast food that much, and I don't
Okay.
like KFC anymore. As a kid, I used to eat it, and I don't really eat Popeyes. I don't eat either of them in my life. Like I don't eat it, but like if I had to, Popeyes.
Right, right. Now, mind you, I asked that because if I do eat fast food, it's probably gonna be some chicken, more so
Right.
than anything else. Because I cook most of the time at my place. Okay, with that being said, chicken wings, you ain't gotta buy these out, but I want to know chicken wing flavors. Do you like barbecue or lemon pepper?
If I had to, barbecue. I don't really like wings.
You don't really like wings. Okay, I got you. Here we go. These next four have to do with concerts. you rather go to? I know you a music person because we was just vibing talking about J-Lo. So here we go. Which concert would you rather go to? Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Drake.
Okay, all right, I like that. Which concert would you rather go to, Monica or Brandy? Oh, okay, that one making you think a
Brandy.
little bit. Okay,
Brandy.
all right, I'm with you on that. Here we go. Which concert would you rather go to, J. Cole or Lil Wayne?
Probably Wayne, because I know more Wayne songs. I just think it would just be more epic.
Okay, all right,
But I
I'm
like
with
Cole
you.
too. I like Cole. I do like Cole. I definitely know like a lot of Cole songs, but I probably know more Wayne.
Okay, all right. So this the Philly one right here. So are we rocking with Beanie Siegel or Meek Mills?
I mean, that's kind of like apples and oranges. Like it's not really a good like this or that. They're not the same.
They're not. They're not.
But like it's like you said, like KFC or Popeyes. You're saying like Monica or Brandy. They're similar. Like Wayne and Cole are different, but I mean, I guess beans, like just to keep it nostalgic.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I would have chose Beanie Siegel too. I like Meek Mills. Meek Mills is good, but I like Beans. Beans better. That's just what I'm saying. That's
Meek Mill. Meek Mill.
Meek Mill. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Okay. Badminton or bowling? Which sport would you rather play?
Bowling.
Are you good?
I'm all right.
Do you need the bumpers? Be real.
I mean, who wouldn't want the bumpers? I mean, they're helpful, but I don't need them. I could do without it.
Okay. All right. I mean, hey, listen, I'm just saying, some people need extra help when it comes to bowling. Some people do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of those, but some people do. So you good. You good. Okay. Okay. Do you like desserts?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to throw 4 categories out. You have to choose one of these categories you'll never eat again. All right. So here we go. The first one is ice cream. The next one is cake. The third one is cookies. The fourth one is candy. Which one are you getting rid of? That seemed like a difficult decision, Carmen.
Probably candy, I guess.
And
Because
to
I
be honest
love
with you,
ice cream. I love ice cream. Ice cream is our number one. Like I'm an ice cream fanatic. And then
really?
cookies, I love cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was the
Cake.
other one? Said? Cake, I just feel like, not gonna get rid of cake. Even though I don't eat it that much. So maybe cake, honestly. Maybe cake. Maybe cake, no cake. Because I do eat Twix sometimes. I do eat Snickers sometimes. I do like M&Ms. So maybe, you know what? Actually, no, cake. I changed cake. I'll keep cookies, candy, and ice cream. Cake can go.
Okay. I would probably get rid of the candy because I can't eat nuts. I can't eat like nothing with nuts in it because I'm allergic.
Well, but that's not a lot of candy. Not every candy has nuts. But for me, I'm realizing I gotta keep the candy because I get candy on my ice cream, so I gotta keep candy. So cake is gonna go. Yeah, cake.
Okay. So hold on. So what's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm cookies and cream. That's my favorite.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. I'm with you on that. And I'm a red velvet cake. Like that's probably number 1, red velvet. So any red velvet, I'm with you. I can't get rid of cake. That's just
Yeah,
me.
I don't like red velvet, but I feel you. I know it's
Uh,
good for some people.
that's more for me, and that's all right. Now I can rock with that. I can rock with that.
Right.
Okay. Next one is: do you like potato chips?
Yeah.
Okay. Same format. I'm gonna name 4 brands. Now, one of the brands will not be Cheetos, so don't worry about that. All right. So here we go. First brand is Lay's. Second brand is Doritos. Third brand is Ruffles, and the last brand is Pringles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Pringles. I don't
Wow.
like Pringles. I don't like Pringles. I don't eat Pringles, so that can go.
Okay. Okay, so hold on. Let me tell you this. The greatest chip ever made was Ruffles sour cream and cheddar.
No, I don't like sour cream.
Okay, what's the greatest chip?
I don't like
What's your
cheddar.
favorite chip? What's your favorite chip?
plain potato chip.
Okay. Wow.
Or Doritos, or Cheetos, or barbecue kettle cooked. I don't like or
Cattle.
popcorn is my itch. I love popcorn. Yeah, I don't like sour cream and onion. I don't like cheddar. I don't like hot Cheetos. I don't like I really don't like barbecue that much. I'll eat barbecue kettle, like I said. Yeah, I'm not big on all that.
You know, man. All right, you really gonna think I'm crazy on this? Like, I ain't never had popcorn.
Okay. All right,
Yo,
let's
why
just
you?
move.
Hey, hey, yo, why you laugh?
Let's just move on. Next question. Next
Why
question.
you laugh, yo?
I mean, that is just that's unbelievable, honestly. Like
It is.
you never been to the movies? You never had popcorn?
So check it out. Here's my thing. Growing up, in San Diego, yes, been to the movies a lot of times. You know, as a kid, my mom would take us to the movies, but she would take us to the dollar store first. So we
I
always
hear
used to
you, but still, you never had popcorn. Like I get all
never,
that. Like people do that, but like you never had popcorn.
never. I always had like every time I went to the movies, I had like gummies, even store bought popcorn. Like, not to say that people didn't try it around me, or not to say I wasn't offered any or anything like that. It was just one of them things where I was like, yo, I just never really. I, to be honest with you, I've just never tried it. I mean, people put crazy butter on their popcorn. Some of them people put like salt in their popcorn and stuff like that or whatever. But I just never really had it. But again, I'm open to new things. I'm open to trying new things. I ain't never had coffee either. So,
I mean, hey,
yo,
try popcorn. Do it.
well, I don't know if I'm that bold yet, Carmen. I don't know if I'm that bold yet to be trying
Mhm.
popcorn. But
Yeah.
one of these days, I promise you, when I do try it, I'm gonna hit you up and I'm gonna let you know the either the yay or nay about it. How
Yeah.
about that?
Let me know. Let me know what you think.
I promise you, I will. Okay. Last of the this or that has to do with another music concert, and this is a hypothetical one because God rest her soul. But who would you rather see in concert? Would you rather see Whitney Houston or Janet Jackson?
Whitney.
Hmm. Okay. You was quick about that one. The other ones you wasn't so quick about. You was quick about that one though. So R&B must be your genre. You must be an R&B kind of person.
Not necessarily. It's just Whitney. Just her voice. Like I wouldn't pass that up.
I feel it. Okay. Tell me about three of your favorite like events or stories that you have covered since being a sports reporter. Because it looked like you've done some pretty cool events. Obviously, got some pretty cool interviews on your Instagram and what you've done in the past. But tell me some three of your favorites that you've done.
Probably the March Madness that I covered in Atlantic City this past year. That was really fun because I had access to like the press room and I was like asking questions like with the rest of the journalists. So that was really fun.
Okay.
Because I've done other things like I've done local news. I was working for an NBC affiliate in Delaware. So I know I used to cover stories every single day. So like covering stories, you know, and all that stuff is something I'm used to. But for sports, the AC thing, the March Madness, that was cool to go into the
Yeah.
press room and do that. And then besides that, just probably like any AAU stuff that I've covered has been really fun. The Brotherly Love League that I recently been covering for Bucket Getters has been really fun. The Bucket Getter stuff that I did was fun.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, just kind of like just low like A. So I guess Atlantic City March Madness, that was a highlight.
Yeah.
Covering
Absolutely.
the A just AAU stuff has been cool, especially the girl side. That's been fun. And then yeah, like just high school ball, covering high school ball has been cool too. So just that
Always
stuff
fun.
probably. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you say you basketball fan. I'm a huge WNBA, huge NBA fan. Now I would think if I asked you what's some of your favorite teams, you would probably say one can assume you probably say the Sixers, right?
Right. Sure.
Repping your hometown team. Okay. What's your
Yep.
favorite WNBA team?
Probably the Aces.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Aces
So
or the Mercury or
oh,
the Liberty are cool. But I like the Mercury, I like the Storm, Aces. And I like Connecticut. Connecticut is like kind of like a sleeper team. I like the Sky for Angel and Camilla. They're cool. Yeah.
Yeah, got some great players all around, no doubt. My favorite team is definitely the Mercury, though, because to me, they have the GOAT on their team, which is Diane Taurasi in my mind.
Right.
But yes, tell me what you think about this particular WNBA season so far. What's going on? Do you think the Aces got a legit chance to three-peat? Do you think the Liberty can dethrone them this year? Who do you think is going to be Rookie of the Year? Is it said and done with Angel Reese? I mean, talk to me.
I think that the Aces have a good chance. I mean, they've been hurt. Everyone's been hurt for a while. Like Chelsea was hurt for a while. Now Jackie's been out for a little bit. I think Jackie's back now, obviously, but they were all like, people have been out for them. So I think that they definitely have a chance. They have Asia Wilson. Like, she's the best player in the league. Like, I mean,
He is the best player in the league.
If you got Asia, you got a good chance. So I think the Aces definitely got a great chance. Chelsea Gray is crazy. Like, they just have great combination of players over there. They got a decent bench. So I think the Aces definitely have a chance. The Liberty, I think they learned from that hard loss in the championship. And I think they're going to they've been coming back with a vengeance, more intensity. They got more of a gel with each other this year. So the Liberty, I think, can have a chance. The Mercury, they're kind of like a sleeper team. And the Sky, like Kennedy Carter, she balls out with Angel being like the phenom that she is. And for Rookie of the Year, it's going to probably go to Caitlin, but I feel like Angel deserves it more. I mean, but at the same time, I know Caitlin, she's been breaking records and, helping her team win when they have been winning recently. I know they were losing real bad at first, but now they've been kind of winning a little more. But I just feel like Angel, she, the way that she's getting these double doubles and just the records she's breaking, I feel like Angel deserves it more. But I feel like it's going to go to Caitlin because Caitlin's like the phenom of the league. And Angel was too, but for the mass media, she's bringing in the viewership. So, and she's an amazing, amazing player. So, I think probably Caitlin's gonna win it, but I feel like Angel probably deserves it a little more. Mm-hmm. And I think WNBA, I've been watching WNBA, so I'm very happy to just see from what it seems like and feels like a night to day growth. And they deserve it. They deserve better facilities. They deserve to have primetime games on national TV and stop putting games at the same time. Like, stop putting two games at 7 p.m. Like, why? Like,
and the same team. Stop putting the same teams on TV. Like, come on now.
Right, put different teams and then just stop putting them at the same time. Like, you can't have 3 games at 7. Like, that's just like, so I got to choose, like, what game, back and forth. Stagger the games like you do NBA. You stagger the games. You have a lineup, a showcase. Like, why you gotta have 3 games in one day, but they're all at the same time? Like, that's not even cool. That's stupid. So I just think they deserve the recognition they're getting. I'm happy to see the growth and them just getting better everything. So it's just great. Like, I'm very excited for just where the WNBA is going. I can't wait for them to add the Toronto team, and then the
Golden State or San Francisco.
Golden State, the Valkyries.
Yep, the Valkyries. That's right. Yeah, I'm totally with you on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I do think it's going to go to Caitlin, although I do like what Angel Reese is doing with her double streak of what she's been doing. A sleeper team for me is the Lynx. I think the Lynx can be a sleeper team as well.
I mean, they won the Commissioner Cup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the top. I like what's her name? Is it
Nafisa Collins?
Nafisa, yes, Nafisa Collins. I couldn't say that first name
it's
right.
Not Collins. It's not Collins. It's Collier.
Collier, right?
Yeah, Collier.
Yeah. Nafisa Collier. But Alyssa, the rookie though. I forgot her last name, but I think her first name is Alyssa.
Pilly. Her last name's Pilly.
Pilly? Okay, yes. I like what the Lynx is doing. I like what Cheryl Reeve is doing over there. I think they could be a sleeper. The Sun started so good with DeWanna Bonner, also Alyssa Thomas over there. They kind of faded a little, not a lot, but the team to beat is obviously for me is that still the Aces, but I do think the Liberty are right there on their heels. Learning from their loss, like you said last year, and Stewart, Sabrina, John Quell, and company. I think they can get it done this year as well. I'm excited though. I like my Mercury team, but we're hurt. And we're not full strength. So without that team being full strength, I don't think that they can be any kind of threat in the playoffs. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see. I wish I would have got a season of Cameron Brink. Cameron, a whole season of her might have been pretty good too in that Rookie of the Year as well. I wish we would have got that.
Sure.
Let me transition to NBA now, because you said Philly is your team. Obviously, the new big acquisition is Paul George, coming there with Maxey and Embiid now. Do you think that Philadelphia has enough to challenge those Boston Celtics?
We gotta just see what happens. The Sixers always go after the big name. I don't want us to get into that too much. I'm probably gonna do a video about that. I got a lot to say about the Sixers and the acquisitions and everything they've done in the offseason. But I think that you gotta just see what happens. The Sixers always go for the big name, and Paul George on paper is the points that the Sixers need, but it's all about flow. It's about if he can stay healthy. It's about what supporting cast you have around, like Embiid and Maxey with Paul George. Like, it's just a lot of components. I mean, the Celtics, they're stacked. Obviously, they just won the chip. So, I don't know. It's yet to be seen. Everything sounds good on paper, looks good on paper, but you got to just see as it plays out. I'm going to do a video on that, actually. So be on the lookout for that, people. I'm doing a video on the Sixers off season. Still got to do that.
Okay, I like that. Well, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. No doubt. 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels. I'm going to keep it a whole dollar. No, I don't think it's going to be enough. I really don't. In my mind, I don't think that they're going to be like obviously bad or anything like that, but I just think that Boston is they're just too much right now. And Embiid's health is really something that is concerning. Him playing in the Olympics doesn't really help out a lot. He's already kind of limping around. I don't know if he's going to make it through a full 82 game season. And I just think that obviously the Bucks are going to be there. Indiana's going to be improved as well. Them another year under their belt with their team. So I just think that the Sixers are going to be good. I just don't think that that's going to be enough to get them over the hump. And I understand they've made little signings, and I won't ask you about that because I'll wait till your video comes out so I can check it out and view yours as well. But yeah, I would say nah, not just yet. But to talk about that, your podcast, how often do you shoot it? Who is on there with you? Is it a solo podcast? How long does it go for? And what made you want to start a podcast?
Yeah, it's just Hoops with Carm. It's just like the original version of it. It's just me just analyzing NBA games or WNBA games or college, just analyzing like what happened during the game, why did whatever team I pick win or lose, or I'll just talk about different basketball topics that are going on right now that I find interesting or fun or stuff like that. And it's just me. And it's just however long I want. Usually like sometimes I do 90-minute ones. I mean 90 seconds. Sometimes I do like 2-3 minutes depending on the topic. So sometimes I do like with TikTok, like I do Take a Minute with Carm too. It's like my quick series that I used to do that I still do. And then Husa Carm, it happens whenever it's like I said, it's kind of like just whenever I see something going on that's interesting, or during the NBA season, I like to do like every couple Sixers games I might do, or every couple national game I might do. So it just depends on like the NBA schedule, WNBA schedule. And then whenever I have time, I do it. It's just me in front of the ring light, just kind of like going off on whatever I think happened in certain games or certain topics. And I just wanted to start it because again, I love sports, I love basketball. And I wanted to just start getting myself out there with sports. So I just started from where I was. I got a ring light and just started talking about basketball, analyzing basketball. Like, hey, I know basketball. I can analyze it. I can break it down. I can tell you what they were doing, what they need to do. So I just want to show people I had the knowledge. So I just want to get that out there. And that's how it kind of started. And it's just grown from there.
I feel that. Well, if you ever do a long form kind of podcast, I certainly wouldn't mind supporting you and talking basketball with you. I think it'd be a great conversation. That's for sure. So
Thank you.
just throwing that out there. No question about that. Coming to the rapid fire questions now, because we're almost coming to the end of the podcast. So these are rapid fires that I normally have with everybody that's on here. So the first thing that comes to your mind, you just go ahead and say it. Okay. So here we go. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Okay. Spades or dominoes?
Dominoes.
Okay. You know how to play some bones. Okay. That's what's up. I like that. Favorite card. Favorite card game.
Uno, Go Fish, Solitaire.
I know damn well you ain't say no go fish. Go fish.
Yeah, go fish. What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, at this stage, well, let's just move on. I guess I ain't gonna sugar honey iced tea on goldfish because I used to play it when I was a kid. I don't play it no more.
I mean, it's just you said card game. That's what I thought about. I don't know, Uno, solitaire. I don't really play cards.
I figured that when you said that. Okay, here we go. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes,
Okay. Burgers or tacos?
tacos.
If there was 3 albums that you can listen to without no skips, what would those albums be?
Um, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Ooh, okay.
Blue Water Road, Kehlani.
Mm.
Um, and probably Drake, Thank Me Later.
I would have definitely said Drake, but the Take Care album. That's what I would have had there. I feel you. Kalani, huh? Okay, I like that.
That's my girl.
And you said the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Woo, that's
I
some
mean,
fire right there.
it's a stand on its own time, man. It's timeless. It's a timeless album. No skips.
Yeah, that got me through middle school for sure. No question. That was wow. I like that. Okay. If you had 3 people to take on a vacation, okay, anywhere you wanted to go, what 3 people would you bring, and where would you go?
3 people,
3 people.
including me, or like 3
No,
and
no,
me 4.
three, and you. So four total.
Um, that's hard because I have a lot. I have like 6 siblings. I have like 5 siblings, so it's like I don't want to exclude anybody. But I mean, I guess.
Okay, so hold on. Let's say you bring all your siblings, your whole family, right? Where are you
Okay.
going to? Where are you going to?
Um, Anywhere we haven't been. I mean, for me, my sisters have been way more places than me. So for me, I guess maybe like I want to go to Sri Lanka. I want to go to Croatia. I want to go to Australia. I like to go to a lot of places I want to go to. A lot of anywhere I haven't been, really.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to go to the Maldives. I like to
Yeah.
go to the Maldives at
Yeah.
one point. Yeah, somewhere like exotic like that. Definitely, you know what I mean. So I definitely want to do that. If there was 4 events that you would want to cover, i.e., for example, for me, it would be the Olympics, it would be the Super Bowl, it'd be NBA Finals, and you can say WNBA Finals with that too, and then it would be the last one would be a World Series. I would love to cover those 4. What 4 events would you love to cover in your career?
Definitely NBA Finals, WNBA Finals. Super Bowl would be cool. And then, maybe I don't know. Maybe
Hmm. See, these are some good questions. They're making you think a little bit.
I don't know, maybe like Paris Fashion Week, or like,
I can see you on a red carpet. I really could.
yeah, like maybe like the Oscars or the Grammys or Paris Fashion Week, or
Okay.
yeah, like the Oscars, the Grammys, the Emmys. Yeah, maybe something like
So
that.
anything like that, I feel you on that. I would love to
Mhm.
do. I would love to do what you did this past year. Definitely would love to cover a March Madness. I'm a
Yeah.
fanatic when it comes to March Madness. No
Yeah,
question
that was
about it.
fun. That was definitely fun for sure.
I love that. Okay. Next question is Quick Trip or Wawa?
We don't have Quick Trip, so Wawa.
Got you. Got you. Okay. 2 more of the this or that. Which of these restaurants would you go in first? Okay. Outback Steakhouse, Longhorn Steakhouse, or Texas Roadhouse? Which one are you picking?
Guess Outback. I don't like Longhorn. And Texas Roadhouse, I like the rolls. The rest of it, I don't know, whatever.
Them cinnamon rolls is something different, ain't it?
It's good. Yeah, I don't like Longhorn though. So Outback.
Outback. Okay.
Mhm.
Last but not least, if you had to cover one of these sports, right, outside of basketball, which one would you cover? Would you cover a football game? Would you cover a tennis match? Or would you cover a soccer match?
Depending on where they were. Like if it was like the World Cup, I would definitely cover soccer.
Well, well,
But
well, yeah, yeah.
I mean, football. Football.
Okay, okay. I got you. Speaking of football, I do plan on coming to an Eagles game this year. Actually, my
Yeah.
uncle wants me to come out when the Eagles play the Commanders out there in Philadelphia. So obviously, if you're there at that time, I certainly would have to hit you up because we got to do something for
But
sure.
yeah, I'll be covering football this year, so I'm definitely gonna be locked in with football. Like I'm expanding my podcast to football, so I'll be on the
Oh,
football all this season. So be on the lookout. I'm gonna be doing
okay.
like hoops or carm, but just football version, like the same kind of analytics, the same kind of like interviewing. Like it's gonna be the same thing, just football this year. So
Okay. So when I do come out there to Philly and touch down, what is three things that I got to do?
you never been here?
I've never been there. No.
I guess just get a cheesesteak from the places I told you. Um, go down to Love Park, see like that City Hall, like Love Park and City Hall are like next to each other. So check that out.
Okay.
Maybe go to the Writing Terminal. That's definitely something I would go see. Go to Writing Terminal. That's like this place with all these markets and food and bakeries and restaurants. It's popping. Go to Writing Terminal. Go get a cheesesteak from what I told you, and then probably just go to like the Center City Love Park. Probably if you've never been here, just to do something fun.
No, no, I never been there before at all. But I am looking forward to coming down there sometime in the fall, no doubt. My last question to you, Carmen, is there anything else you would like to add about yourself before we conclude?
No, not really. Thank you for your time and the opportunity. I enjoyed talking with you. Nothing really more I want to add except, football's on the way. So be on the lookout for that. And if you are interested in me coming to do interviews and coverage for your sporting event or any event, I do emceeing, hosting, um, interviews for anything. It doesn't have to be sports. I host anything. I've done hosting before. So hit me up on my Instagram, so_Carm. I have my direct email there. So, DM me for any business inquiries. That's really it.
Well, I appreciate that, Carmen. Once again, you and I will definitely stay in touch. I'm a new fan of yours, so continue doing amazing work like you have been doing.
Appreciate it. You too.
And we will definitely talk very soon.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too, Carmen. You take care. Bye.
Bye.